Greetings there, and welcome to What's New here on Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So today I'm going to do my kind of break-in with the speed metal genre. So I'm new to this, so if I make mistakes, please bear with me. It's still fairly new to me. So we're doing a band that came out in 1974, and they're called Raven. But this album was recently released on June 23rd, 2023. The album's called All Hell's Breaking Loose on the Silver Lining Music record label. Okay, so the band features three, like it's a power trio obviously. John Gallagher, lead vocals, bass and 12-string bass, and his brother Mark Gallagher, guitars and vocals, Mike Heller on drums. So we have 8 tracks on the album. And I don't know if this is atypical of speed metal bands. I assume it is. I've heard this type of stuff before. Really heavy, fast-paced guitar, bass, and drums throughout the entire album. I think John's voice is actually fairly clear, like a really clear voice. Goes from that kind of medium range right up to the high falsetto. And then his screams, of course, are really, really good. He's really quite good at this. What else can we say? Yeah, so it's pretty clear sounding for metal, and I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory term. Usually, I thought actually I was going to be getting a band that did a lot of that kind of voice that they do in metal, but that's not this at all. So I even though I didn't get that, I still reviewed it. I think it's really good. Got lots of really good guitar soloing in this. The bass and the drums, fast paced but really solid. The 8 tracks on it, it's got like Medieval, Surf the Tsunami, Turn of the Screw, All Hell's Breaking Loose, Far Side, Desperate Measures, Victory Call, and The Edge of a Nightmare. All really well written, some good lyrics, lots of catchy riffing. On the whole, I think this is a pretty solid metal album from a classic band, a band that's been around doing this stuff for a long time. And they seem to, like, I watched a couple of videos, a couple of the songs have a video, and really you can see their joy in making this stuff. They just love to make their stuff, and they apparently have not changed. Continue to do it exactly the way they've always done it, and are quite an influence on other metal bands in this genre. I like the song Turn of the Screw. It's probably my favorite on the album. It's got this kind of catchy riff. And it's typical more high and then higher vocals, and then the guitar solo is very melodic. It's probably one of the 2 or 3 favorite songs on here. The opening track, Medieval, is also really good. Some very heavy synthesizer parts to it, and he has that gruff voice where he kind of introduces the song in a way. Drums are of course fast paced. His voice is, of course, falsetto on this. It's got some kind of speed riffing going on here, too. I don't know if that's a term that I should be using in metal, but that's the term I'm using here. If somebody's got a better one, I'll use it. But this is the other song that I like quite a bit on this album. So it's a pretty solid metal album for a person like me who's just starting out in the speed metal realm. And definitely I want to give this album a little bit more time and and give it a little bit more of a listen. I don't know if I'd purchase this or not, though. I haven't decided, like, am I going that far into metal? I don't know yet. But definitely I'll listen to it again. Pretty solid. And of course, if I'm at my record store or a record store and I see it and it's reasonable priced, I might get it. It's good to have this kind of stuff in your, if you're getting into this. I think speed metal and progressive metal and even symphonic metal all have that kind of feeling that I get with progressive rock too. You got to penetrate it. This is not as bad as like the progressive rock. There's a penetration period where you got to listen to it quite a bit to get into it, and I think that's probably going to be the case here with this album. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this first review of a metal album, and I promise as I go along I'll get better at listening to it as well. So take care and have yourself a good day. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on What's New next time. Take care.